grateful that I learned a hard lesson, even though I was trying my best to hold on to some of those relationships. Hey guys, welcome to my channel. It's Ashley J's, and for those of you who do not know me, I am Ashley J. I'm super happy that you're here to have another chat with me, and I think that this chat today will be pretty good. So, what are we talking about? We are talking about I'm grateful for fill in the blank. Okay. Before we get started, make sure you like and share this video, subscribe to my channel, and hit the notification bell so that you know the next time I drop a new video. Okay, so let me just start off by saying there's so much for us to be grateful for. I mean, so much. But have you ever taken the time to be grateful for some of your past relationships? I didn't think about it either. So while I was pondering this topic, I came up with some relationships I never thought I would be thankful for. I'm gonna be totally honest. I never thought I'd be thankful for these relationships, but here we are. so, you're probably like, girl, what are you talking about? Listen, we are always thankful for the good relationships, right? The ones that give us the best memories. But you can be grateful for the ones that taught us the most lessons, the most challenging relationships, those failed relationships, whether they are friendships or romantic relationships. There is something in there in that relationship that you could be grateful for. All right? So one thing I can say, and I'm never really shy of saying this, but I have had a lot of failed friendships. People that I thought would be in my life for a long time, people that I thought were my ride or die. Turned out it wasn't that way. So I when I think about those failed relationships, I realized how after they ended, there was a lot of damage that was caused, damage to my self esteem, damage because the opinions of people caused me, caused me to withdraw and kind of depend on me, if that makes sense. Like I withdrew within myself. But check it out. There are lessons in those situations. Lessons like watch who you give the label of being your friend too quickly. Lessons on um, understanding people and understanding that everybody has their own journey that they're on, and that sometimes that journey does not include me. I had to learn to be grateful for that, and also learn that when I look back and I take a panoramic view, I guess, of what occurred in those friendships, I am also grateful because there was always a piece of me that I found within some of those relationships. So the failed friendships, yeah, they hurt. They really hurt and they sucked. But I was able to always find something in me. Even if it's just, you know what, I tried my very best to be who I genuinely could be in those friendships. And if that was all I could take away from it, that's fine. But I want you to know that you could be grateful for some failed friendships as well. There are things in that friendship that you can find once you get past the trauma, because there is trauma from friendships ending, especially if you thought these were friendships that were going to last a long time. So you can help, you can, once you get past the trauma, then you have a clearer view of what happened. Just like you take an assessment for a broken romantic relationship, take an assessment for these broken friendships. That's what we're supposed to do. That way we learn from what happened and learn to not do those same exact things all over again when we start new friendships. And for me, I had to realize that the issue was not always me. I sometimes take on, as many of us I'm sure do, I sometimes take on that burden of, oh, I just was such a terrible person that they couldn't stand being my friend. Or maybe I pushed them too hard to do this. Or maybe. All of that, yes, could very well be true. And all of that could be things that I have conjured up in my own mind because I have yet another failed friendship. But really take an authentic, I'm trying to think of the word that I want to use, but really take a good view and a good assessment of those friendships and what happened and what type of people you have attracted to become friends with. Take a hard look at that so that you know what happens the next time or avoid what could happen the next time. Okay. And I'm glad that I have reached the mature state of of looking at those failed friendships and say, okay, I can find this in that failed friendship because this was not something that I could do before. I would have said I was crazy if I told myself, hey, let's look at what we are grateful for from that friendship. Girl, what? So listen, I'm with you, okay? All right. So also I'm grateful for the demise of my previous romantic relationships. Okay, so check it out. I am grateful for that because I didn't just dodge a bullet with some of those, but I also gained a new perspective of myself when it comes to who I am in relationships. And I'm grateful for that. Like I can't take that away. I am so grateful for that. I'm grateful that I learned a hard lesson even though I was trying my best to hold on to some of those relationships. I am happy that I learned a hard lesson when it came to those relationships. I'm really happy about that. I'm happy because after each demise, even though it felt like I was becoming weaker, I actually was becoming stronger and becoming a stronger person. Why did I become stronger? I became stronger because I realized what I will and will not stand for. I realized what my green flags were and my red flags. I realized that um, I can I have the capability of loving someone, which meant yeah, the person that I was loving before may not have been the right person, but I had the capability to love. It was great knowing that. It was great finding that out about me because I thought I could not love anyone. I didn't know how to love, but I really did. And I found out that I was lovable. Okay, I could receive love. So I'm grateful for those lessons. I'm grateful for seeing the type of man that I was attracting and decided to pump the brakes on that type of man and attract another type of man that was for me. I'm grateful for that. So there was a lot for me to be grateful for in those past relationships, the demise of those past relationships, because if I if those relationships did not break up, then I definitely know that I would be in a completely different state as far as my mental state, as far as everything that I do. It would be completely different. And there would be some serious work that would have to be done for me. So I'm grateful for those demises. Some of them I became friends with them. Like we're cool. We don't. It's not like a friendship where we talk all the time, but um if we were to talk, we would be able to have a genuine conversation, and it wouldn't be a conversation about what happened in the relationship. We could just bounce stuff off of each other and truly talk and help one another. So I am grateful for the demise of those relationships. Also, it took me a long time to get here, but I'm also grateful for being a product of divorced parents. Yeah, I know that sounds crazy, right? But listen, I am grateful for that. For a long time, as a younger person, um, I always felt like, you know, I want my parents to get back together. I would love for my family to be just one big happy family. I want my parents to be together. They were married before, they could try it again. I was in that zone for a long time. But now I'm at a place where I'm like, you know what? I'm glad that I am a product of divorce because I am a survivor. A lot of times people can't take it when their parents divorce. And albeit, only reason why I was able to handle it is because it happened when I was so very young. I was 2 when my parents got divorced. But when I hit the realization that my parents were not together, like say my some of my aunts and uncles were, or some friends in school had their parents. When I came to that realization that they were not together, that's when I desired to see that because it was something that I did not remember. So I desired to see that. And what I saw from my between my parents was they like each other. They can talk to each other. They come together when it's time for me. So maybe we can build that up into something different. Okay? And little did I know that was not part of the plan. And being comfortable with that, not being part of the plan, was something that I really had to work on. And I'm glad that I'm a product of divorce because it honestly it pushed me to be more independent. It pushed me to really be a reliable person. And when I say be a reliable person, there were things that um, I wished that I received from either one of my parents that now as an adult I am able to do that for other people so I can become more reliable. Not saying that my parents are not reliable, but there was just some areas where the ball was dropped, and now I take pride in picking up the ball and being that for somebody else, especially as a parent. um, and because even though it got a little difficult, but being raised in 2 different households, being around in 2 different environments, it was helpful. It was helpful because I was able to learn how to maneuver in different situations. So I am glad that I'm a product of divorce. Okay, I'm a product of divorced parents, and I'm able to to really take heed to what happened with their marriage. I've asked them quite a few times, and if you watched my show, the Love Experience show, you heard my mother talk about it. What caused the end of their marriage, and really taking that and holding on to it and saying, okay, that will not be me. And even in my own marriage, my husband and I, yeah, we talked about divorce, but we also talked about, in the very beginning, we talked about how we were not going to get divorced, how we wanted our children to see a stable and happy marriage. So I learned what not to do when it comes to marriage. Okay? All right. So if it weren't for um, all of these failures and some of these triumphs, I wouldn't have been the woman that my husband met back almost 11 years ago. It's been almost 11 years. I would not have been that woman because all of those failures, all of those, some of those triumphs, all of that has come together to make me the woman who I am. If I did not have those failed friendships, those failed marriage relationships, if I did not have that, and if I did not have a different type of view, or a different type of perspective, being someone who is a child of divorced parents, if I did not have all those things, I would not have been in a position to be ready for the man that I married, because my husband, he is a different type of man. So I would not have been ready for him. He is truly the person that God has placed in my life. But if it wasn't for all of that stuff, that junk that I had to go through before, I would not have been in a receptive place where I met him. And he would not have had the wife that's me. Okay? Because sometimes you got to go through some things to let those things build you to be the person that you're supposed to be. And I'm not done growing. I'm not done letting those things change me or work on me. I'm not done. But I continue to get better because now I have a wiser understanding and view of things that are occurring in my life and how I should be in my marriage and how I should be as a mother. So if it wasn't for that stuff, my husband would not have met me. And finally, the relationship that I am very grateful for is my renewed relationship with God. So, for quite some time, I was like, I am not anti church, but I was like, I am not doing anything that has to do with anything with church. Okay, I'm not doing it. I'm good. So, and I didn't. I dug my feet in the ground, and I that's it. That was it. I couldn't do it. But this is the thing. Even though I tried to stop doing anything pertaining to church, the relation, the God in me, the Holy Spirit, would not allow me to leave Him. So all of the times when I felt like I walked away from church, um, in a sense, yes, I walked away from church, but the relationship was the seed for the relationship was already planted. So the relationship continued to grow and grow and grow. And now I'm at a place where here I am in a renewed relationship with God, and it's a stronger relationship, and it's not like any relationship that I had with Him, any experiences that I've had with Him before. So I am super grateful for this because now I know that I truly have a Father that absolutely loves me, no, without a shadow of doubt, and that He is always there for me and He's always guiding me. He is that person that I needed all of those other times and had, but didn't realize I had Him. So now that I realize that He is such a great force in my life, and I am so extremely grateful for that relationship. Like, y'all have no idea. I'm so happy about that. Um, so I would really absolutely love to know um, what relationships are you grateful for? What, if you have any, what relationships are you grateful for? Leave a comment below, okay? If you would like to chat a little more about what you're grateful for with relationships, or even want to talk to me to find out how I can help you um, look at these failed relationships in a different view, go over to my website, it's ashleyj.com, and book some time with me. And make sure you like and share this video, subscribe to my channel, it's Ashley J's, and hit the notification bell for the next time I drop a new video. All right, guys, till we chat again. Bye.